Hello, good morning. I'm at home in my mum and dad's house in Cork, and I wanted to keep going with my daily thing of doing a painting. So I've just picked some flowers from my mum's garden yesterday, and I thought I'd do a quick little 10-minute watercolor, maybe just of that little flowers extending out there. I'm going to start with the color of the leaf anyway, I think. So I've got my watercolors here beside me. It's a beautiful day and there's a lovely view out the window of the sea, sun shining on the sea, but I thought it's kind of tricky setting up the iPad without having bought my stand, so I've just parked you on the table here, and I'm hoping that by tomorrow I'll be able to figure out a way to see with the iPad the view and a painting of it. I need to find a way to set it up. I'm not sure if I even left an iPad stand here before, I'm not sure. Might find something. So in the meantime, I'll just paint one of these. So I'm starting with this leaf. It's here, the back. It's got a dark shape and it's being overlapped by another leaf. We picked a good few daffodils yesterday too. There's some that are falling over in the ditch by the road that my mum planted. So there's a bunch of daffodils in the kitchen as well, but these are flowers from my mother's own garden. And there's always some colour really, no matter what the time of year is. It's exciting. The hydrangea flowers the flowers themselves are all brown and kind of withered, still beautiful, but you can see the greenery coming up. There's a lot of hydrangeas in the front here. They're lovely. I painted one last summer actually, or some summer, on video. You can find it here. I stayed upstairs in the apartment and did a painting of a hydrangea. I didn't have any paints though, so it's more made with collage and I don't know, maybe ink. I don't know what I had. I had some kind of colour anyway. But this time I did bring my watercolours, so that's what I'm using here. And there's some parts of the leaves are shiny, so I'm leaving those blank. And some parts are more yellowish, so I put a little bit of cadmium yellow into the viridian green. And then other parts are just quite dark blue, green. And I've used some ultramarine blue with those ones, like this one here now. A touch of the Van Dyke brown in order to make a nice cool dark for those leaves that are that colour. I'm going to have either a walk or a run then after this, along by the water. There's a path that runs along by the water that's really lovely, especially now that the tide is in. And this one it's quite dark, overlapping that other leaf there. I don't know if it's dry enough to paint it over the top. And then it's being overlapped itself by another leaf that's quite a bit brighter, kind of warm yellowish, so I'm going to use lemon yellow for this one. And that's overlapping the stem a little bit as well. And the stem of this is very wine coloured. It's kind of crimson coloured, the stem. And then it's got a little speckling of the white flowers. And I suppose the main way that I could describe the white flowers would be to paint the leaves that are running up to it. And these kind of crimson stems. I'm just picking up the alizarin crimson and see now if I can find places where I can put that in. A little bit of alizarin. It's not alizarin on its own, it's got the mix that was already on my brush, so I kind of wanted it not to be too bright a crimson, so I didn't clean the brush completely. And then there's the stem gets thicker as we go down towards the vase. And darker too, so really I could do with putting in more of the ultramarine blue and green mix in there. My mother's watching television and Mass is on this morning. She's just come back from a walk. That's her routine in the morning. There's Mass on television at 10:30 and she has her walk before then. So that's the bell you can hear ringing in the background from the Mass. It's only maybe a little bit dark as it comes up there now. I might put a bit more warmth into that. And then I'll see if I can make something of the little burst of petals that are here. And just try and indicate it briefly, because really I want to get out into that sunshine too. And there's another leaf that I could explain here. Yeah, without using collage, I think this is the best I can do to describe the space that the white flowers are in. Or without darkening the whole lot of the background, you know. There's some little touches of green in there as well, where the flowers are yet to spring out into bud. I suppose if I had like a pencil or something, there's a crayon here. If I had a pencil, I could maybe draw some bit of detail where those white flowers are. There's some crayons and things here because the children play in this room. Oh, there's a pencil over there. I'll just get the pencil and come back. Because I just want to do some sort of thing to explain these flowers. It's a blue pencil, that's even better really. I don't want it to be just a graphite. It might be a watercolour pencil or something. And then there's a little bunch down here too. I'm going to show you the view before you go, because it's really lovely, especially when the sun is shining so brightly here. Okay, I think that's it for today. Hopefully I'll see you tomorrow, and we'll do something a little bit more exciting, maybe try and explain the view or something like that. The lovely flowers. There's a lot more to them than what I've done. And then I'll just show you out the window. I don't know if you can see that. The sun is really glistening on the water over there. Very beautiful. Yeah. And through the other window. Yeah, so thanks very much for joining me. See you tomorrow.